Is there like a tower or any kind of like monument in Wales where you're from?
We've got castles that are...
I mean, castles are cool.
Yeah, castles are cool.
Yeah, castles are cool.
I don't know if this is a controversial take. I think Japanese castles are pretty boring. Because they all look the same. There's no difference.
What about... Don't the Western castles look the same?
No, because they're all different.
Really?
Yeah, because
I guess I haven't seen enough of them.
Like a Japanese castle, like the designs are all the same. Like I think if I showed you a bunch, you would have, unless you knew your shit, you would have a hard time being like, knowing the difference.
I think it's because, not to necessarily come to the defense of Japanese
No,
castles,
you can.
but
You
like...
can.
You can.
Well, no, because...
You are Japanese, Joey.
I don't feel that strongly about them, to be honest. But I think the reason why they're all the same is because those are the ones that survived.
No, because only like a couple survived.
Yeah, I know. And they all look the same because that's probably the design that stood the test of time,
most
right?
castles in Japan that you visit now are rebuilt.
Oh, yeah.
But like,
I'm sure some of the smaller castles that they didn't bother rebuilding with
Right.
different designs, right?
But all like European castles are like, at least are very different looking. Like,
see, because in my head, I guess because I haven't seen enough European castles, in my head, all European castles look like, fucking Harry Potter. It's like, oh, you have the spires and like the big one, and that's like basically the Disney castle.
I don't know if I'm crazy. Maybe I'm being too harsh on Japanese castles. But
I don't know.
I was because when I took my parents around.
Can you show an example? Because I, growing up in England, I mean, castles look a little bit different. Mostly it's the size of it a lot of the time.
Yeah, it's either they're tiny or they're massive.
Yeah, you can have like little ones, but in terms of like the style,
how different could they be?
Dude, they look so different.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I just haven't seen enough of them.
I feel like they look like so many castles look very different. Am I crazy?
I don't know.
I mean, it's definitely the same style, I would say. It's
rock.
It's rock, yeah.
I don't know, bro. Those all look pretty similar.
Really? Because like Japanese ones are literally like one for one.
No.
The only thing they'll change is like the color, occasionally.
Yeah, well, it's still better than this.
No, these are so sick.
These are literally the same color.
That's because it's brick.
Well,
yeah, but they were painting it white. Like come on, help me out here.
I don't know, man. Like. I'm looking at all of these and I'm like, I couldn't tell you the difference between one or the other.
What?
It's like
I feel like
they're either
so
a little bit bigger
different.
or a little bit smaller.
Because no. Because I feel like there's like different architecture to it. Whereas I feel like Japanese castles, they always just do the same thing. They're like the main fucking turret, and they have like maybe a little wall around it, but they just like all look exactly the same.
Not necessarily. Look, it's just as different as the European castles. Come on, look at that.
But like, I would say like, at least one thing that I would argue is that like, obviously we're looking at like, if we were looking at just like Welsh castles, yes, it's similar. But like, if you compare like a Welsh castle to like a German castle, it's like extremely different.
Well, that's like comparing a Japanese castle to a Chinese castle. It's obviously going to be different because it's a different country.
Yeah, but I feel like this, I don't know.
Well, yeah, see, okay, look, that second image there, that's literally Disney castle.
Yeah, we didn't have the budget for that.
Yeah.
We didn't have the budget for that.
To be fair, like Joey said, this is different countries. If you search up, I'm sure like Korean castles or Chinese.
But like, I think that
Chinese
even like
palaces.
English castles look very different to how a Welsh castle would look, for example.
Oh, again, we are different countries as well.
Yeah, I guess that's like one. Well, it's kind of, I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess there's that argument.
So if we're just specifically looking at Welsh castles, I'm pretty sure they all look just as similar as all the Japanese castles do to each other.
I still disagree because I think like something like that castle, like that one right there, looks totally different to how like any of the ones below it look.
But that one's called red brick, man. You don't understand.
Oh, sorry,
What, am I crazy?
My bad, OG. I'm not a brick expert.
I mean, I'd say that you.
I don't know. You have more of the neutral look. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say. They look similar-ish. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I could definitely look at these castles and be like, yeah, they're from the UK.
Yeah.
These are definitely UK castles.
I mean, I'm not saying that like Japanese castles like all look completely different, obviously, but like saying they all look the same is a little.
No,
it's a little much.
Dude, look, pull open the pic of you typed in Japanese castles at the top. Dude,
come on, they look different.
Mostly, I mean, there are some really cool ones for sure.
Yeah.
Like. A lot of them look very similar, and it's kind of a shame when you're traveling around. You're like, another one. It looks exactly the same.
I mean, like, look, I'm here to defend Japanese castles, obviously, but I'm not gonna like. I'm not at the point anymore where like if I go to a new prefecture, I'm like, we gotta hit up that castle. Like, I don't really care.
Just to preface, because before people get mad, I'm not saying that I don't give a fuck about Japanese castles and they're boring. I think there's some interest to it, but I think once you've seen one, you're kind of like, all right.
Yeah, I think if you hit up maybe like, Matsumoto-jo, Osaka-jo, maybe like, I don't know, Himeji-jo.
Yeah.
After that, it's like, you can go check it out if you want, but as long as you hit up the 3 or 4 major ones, it's pretty much the same.
That's how I feel about British castles as well.
Well, yeah, I'm sure I'd be the same with British castles.
I mean, honestly, like the coolest ones are the ones that aren't like big tourist attractions, but they're just the ones you find in like the countryside and stuff.
No,
I think those are like the coolest castles you can find.
Totally.
Probably the same with like Japanese castles as well. Probably the biggest ones, the big tourist attractions.
It's like Japanese temples, right? It's like going to like Sensoji or like Kiyomizu-dera, like the famous ones, is cool. But the coolest ones are the ones where you're just like, oh, I'm in the middle of the fucking mountains and there's just a secret, hidden temple, right? Like those are the coolest ones.
You just unlock the hidden area.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, sick, safe spot, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can't remember the last time I went to a castle. I think it must have been Himeji. I think we went out front of it. Didn't go into it though, but
you rented a castle, right?
Oh, I did rent a castle.
The video finally came out.
The video finally came out. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I also went back there, like 2 days or 3 days ago.
Oh shit!
Because we were going to Kochi, and then we were going to do the Shimanami Kaido, which we did again. So I was like, oh, let's go to Ozu. Like, let's see what's up. Because that's where I rented the castle. It was really fun to go back because even in 5 months, it had changed a lot. So I know you didn't watch the video because it's very fucking long. But basically, this company had basically just, this town Ozu, which kind of had the kind of story that we've heard a million times in Japan where population is declining, people are leaving. And so they basically just pumped a ton of money into trying to turn this town into kind of a tourist town. By utilizing the rich culture that they had, as well as maybe trying to attract more local businesses. And it was really cool because when we went, I felt like it was dead. Like it was just me and Chris and there was no one else. I think it was like a Monday or a Tuesday or something as well, which probably didn't help. But when I went back with my parents 5 months later, it was a lot more busy. It was like in a good way. Not like the amount where you're like, oh God, it's busy. Right, but like it didn't feel like it was just you. And so that was really cool to see. So they pumped a ton of money, taking a huge risk trying to make this town really into a very remote town. Because Ozu is not super easy to get to because you have to fly to Matsuyama and then like a 34-minute drive. But they basically just rebuilt a ton of, basically bought a bunch of old abandoned buildings and turned them into fancy hotel rooms. And it's kind of neat. And the town's kind of cool. So I went back there again because I was like, parents, you should come see this. Because their complaint was that I took them to Kyoto. They didn't like it because they was kind of just, it was a bit much. And I think like Kyoto is kind of tough if you're not really into the vibe of feeling like you're a tourist.
Yeah.
I think like you feel like you're a tourist when you're in Kyoto. Because there is just, especially when it's like, my parents are coming, they don't know anything, and they're kind of making me be the tour guide, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's like. I would not go to any of this touristy stuff if I went to Kyoto. So I kind of am like, all right, I guess we'll go see Kiyomizu-dera. Let's line up with all the other 100 tourists like this. Like, I was like, they wanted to see more of the countryside. I was like, okay, this is pretty a cool like way of doing it.
Yeah, so I'd say it's better as well.
They really enjoyed it. They had a lot of fun, and I went back there, and obviously my video just came out like 2-3 days before I went there, and so I went there. They were like, "Oh, Connor, nice to see you again. Thank you so much for your video." I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, thanks, man." And then they were like, "We've given you a free upgrade." I was like, "Oh, cool, no, thanks, man. Oh, nice, hell yeah."
You get Ozu points?
I got points. I got points. Yeah, and they have this little they give you this little passport. It's got like of the town when you get there.
Right.
They're like, so when you go the first time, you get a green one. You go second time, you get a red one, and then third time you get a black one. They were like, we're giving you the red passport for coming twice.
Isn't that literally what they did with the maid cafe?
I guess. And it's literally, it does, from what I understand, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, right.
Just
it's just status.
I was like, okay, cool. The best part is when when we went to dinner, we had this dinner. It was great. They do a fantastic meal. It comes with like when you book the room. It's a really good experience. And I highly recommend it if you want a bit more of a luxurious experience that's kind of away from the touristy towns. And also you get to see Shikoku, which most people would normally never go to. So highly recommend it. Anyway, I had this meal. And then at the end of the meal, they brought the dessert. And it was just like these little like these Italian like little nibbles, that cake things that you get with coffee. And in chocolate, they'd written, "Welcome back, Lord." And my parents like fucking lost it. And I was like, thanks. Thanks, guys. Appreciate this.
Bro's literally living the Shogun life.
Yeah.
He's like, I have successfully colonized Orsu.
That's what it felt like. I was like, okay, thanks, man. Thanks.
History repeats itself.
I was like, thank you. So that was pretty fun. They told me that someone else was doing the Lord experience though when I was there.
Oh shit!
Oh, really?
Someone's here to usurp your throne.
Someone took my throne. I couldn't believe it. But yeah, it's pretty fun. So that was a lot of fun. My parents really liked it. And then we did the Shimanami Kaido again.
How many times have you done the fucking Shimanami Kaido now?
Third time.
God damn.
Every time he has a family member over,
Jesus
they
all want to do it. Dude, it was
do it?
raining though. It fucking sucked. Well, it was raining for the first day, but
how heavy was it raining?
It was not that bad. Like it was nowhere near what we cycled in.
Okay.
It was kind of the rain where
I feel sorry for your parents then if that was the case.
It was the point where the raincoat actually worked.
Okay.
So that's already know you're good.
dry.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Like obviously I just had shorts on. I was like, whatever. But dude, this is the first time I just raw dogged it. Like,
What do you mean?
so last time I brought my bike and my gear and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
And I just rocked up with shorts, and that's it. Basically, I was like, "Just give me the bike, and I'll just do it." Kind of like how we did it.
Well, that's how we did it originally.
Yeah.
Right.
But I guess so. We kind of went into it with a little bit more. I feel like we were prepared a little bit. This time I was like, I just got shorts and I'll do it.
All right. Like no training prior or like no warming up prior. Or
No,
anything like
nothing.
that?
I was just give me the bike and I'll go and I rent it.
for the trash day special.
We did a little bit of
Yeah, a little bit.
So I was like, give me the bike. But the bikes are way better now. And I said this. I think I said this last time because I did it a year ago.
Yeah.
But the bikes are all so much better.
Yeah.
The bikes
because they got that
rent.
injection in tourism now.
We did it.
We did that.
That's us, baby.
That's all us.
So, dude, I was like, what the fuck? An actual nice bike? Because when we did, we had like the most
Dude,
bikes.
our bikes
Yeah.
might as well have not had seats.
Also, we didn't know how to. We didn't know how to put our seats.
I look like I was wearing on a clown bike, Mine was way too like low for what I was. No wonder I was struggling so much with that bike. Thinking back on it.
we're also just unfit as fuck.
Yeah, we were
as
just
well.
unfit as fuck.
Yeah, they have
as
like
well.
some really nice bikes that you rent for like $40.
Right.
Yeah.
And they had e-bikes now.
Oh, well, that would have been fucking nice.
So could have done it with an e-bike.
Yeah.
So
that wouldn't have been fun, right, Joey?
Yeah.
Right, Joey? That wouldn't have been fun.
No. But it was really fine. This was like the third time doing it, and it was, even though I did it with like worse gear and everything, it felt easier than the second time when I did it with all the gear.
It's cool that your parents are like so still like active.
they want to.
Because like, dude, if I ask my parents, being like, "Do you want to do the Shimanami?" Because I've seen the video, right? Like, be like, "You want to do the Shimanami Kaido?" They'd just be like, "Fuck no."
I mean, we started at like cycling at like 8:30, finished at like 3. We stopped a bunch.
You speed round that.
I guess so. I mean, it was like it felt very leisurely this time.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess it just got better at cycling. I guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
you definitely
Yeah,
did.
you definitely have. You've gone through multiple training arcs.
Yeah.
It was nice though, because whenever there are certain moments that I distinctly remember stuff happening, like when Gant's tire broke down.
Yeah.
And I went past you and laughed.
Yeah.
That special. I remember exactly
That
where it
curve?
took place. That curve. And both times I went by that curve, I distinctly remember it. And I always, and it replays in my head.
Memory replayed.
Yeah. So many moments where I like, because I both times I've done it afterwards, I went the other way.
Right.
So I kind of remember certain things, but other times I'm like, I don't remember doing this. And then I just didn't remember that. You know, then when we did this, the first time we stopped, it was after my tire popped.
Yeah.
And we came to an intersection.
Yes.
And then we did like the
easy route and the hard route.
Yeah, the easy route or the hard route. And Gant got the easy route.
Yeah.
But in actuality, it was
was
the
the
hard
hard
route.
Well, so I think it actually is the easy route because it's like it's a couple less kilometers, I think.
Yeah, but
there's
it
hills.
was like all uphill. I remember that.
Well, I've done it a couple of times now. The hills are a little bad. It's not. Yeah, you've done worse hills on our cycle.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
not
sure.
that bad.
But I trained for that.
I do think that. I think I said this last time we recorded this well after. I think going the other way is easier as well because you get all the hard stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
And then it's a lot easier, I think. Whereas I think the other way, it's a little leisurely and then there's quite a lot of
from
Yeah.
Hiroshima.
I mean, that's definitely
think
what
so.
it felt like.
Right.
So if you do it, I recommend going to Imabari and then you can also stay in Onamichi And then going to Onomichi, you can easily go to Hiroshima or go to Okayama or wherever you want to go to. I think it's just easier.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's the only thing that's kind of annoying about it is kind of getting your stuff ready because you have to go to Imabari, which is kind of an inconvenient place to go to. And I asked my hotel to just ship my bags to the next hotel as well, which is really easy.
Right.
But obviously, it requires a little bit of Japanese
to be able to do that.
But it made it feel really easy. You can just do it. It's like, all right, cool. Just, take my bags. I'll see you there later. Cycle there, throw the bike to the place where I rented it from. I'm like, all right, sick. This is nice.
Sick.
It's really nice. It made me realize that the Shimanami Kaido is one of the best things you can do in Japan. And you should do it if you come to Japan.
If you're physically capable enough.
Yeah, you can do it.
Even
and
if you're
I
not.
know that people do.
If there are e-bikes available now.
You can get e-bikes, which should make 70K kind of pretty chill.
Even
and also
drive, I feel, would be nice as well. Just like along the...
Drive's really nice.
Yeah.
And even if you don't do that, you could also... I know some people stop halfway. There's some halfway hotels, which if you really are very, very, very inexperienced cycling. But I truly believe if you just wake up a little early, you can get it done before sundown. Like anyone of any fitness level.
If we could get it done, you can get it done. In the worst on the special, in the worst shape of our lives.
We had also a lot. We were filming a lot of things, which slows everything down so much. Like if you can just break, have a coffee, then go. That's so much more than having to break. And then we're like, all right, what do we got to film next? Let's swap the batteries. All right, let's do this. Oh, we also have to eat. We have to go film these additional scenes. Like breaks that would normally be like 5 minutes turn into 35 or 40, right? So like the reason why I felt like it took us so long is because, we were just trying to film it. And we also, that was like one of our first, like second special we filmed. And we didn't really know what we were doing yet at that point. And it was all like, we were all trying to figure it out.
Definitely.
It's a miracle it turned out as well as it did.
I know.
I know. Considering we had, was it only one person helping us film that?
We had Luke and Nabi.
Oh, Luke and Nabi, that was it. I was like, damn, 2 people on that special. Yeah. That's insane looking back with how many people we have on.
And we did some big detours. We went up the viewpoint.
Oh, yeah. That's right. We did.
Which I don't understand when you would ever go up that if you don't have a car. Because I think Rob CD told me that it took all of his e-bike battery to get up there, that hill. Because that hill is monstrous.
Yeah. Oh, it's the top of a mountain.
There's an observatory at the top of this mountain. It's ridiculous. We tried to cycle up it. I don't know why. We were fucking...
Or you did.
Yeah. Maybe I could do it now, but it would take me...
It would not be
It would
fun.
be hard.
Yeah,
it would be, and it would be a miserable endeavor.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I got so pissed off though when I was cycling with my family. Every time, because there was so many dudes who were doing it, who were kitted out in mad gear. Yeah. Every time they passed me, I was like, damn, if I had my gear, didn't have my parents holding me back, you would not pass me. You would not pass me.
Take these weights off.
I'm like, just so you know, you wouldn't fucking pass me.
You'd never see me again.
I would catch up to tell them that, then slow down to catch back up my family.
They don't know I'm the Sea Dog VA. 3 cyclothons down.
I just had to tell them. They don't know they don't know the real me.
If only they knew.
No, I could not keep up with some of these dudes. Some of these dudes are crazy. But they like train to go fast and like shorter distances. But I mean, dude, it's fun. We should do it again.
Yeah. I want to take Sydney.
Joey looks like, nah, I'm good.
Fuck no.
Joey, come on, it's fun.
I don't want.
Come on, you gotta admit, it was like a great fucking vibe and a great view, and we just couldn't appreciate that on the day.
Yeah, because we were filming. The camera was there. Yeah, I'll do it for the cam.
Nah, what a good time. Nah. I also realized I was like, where the fuck did we stayed so far away? From we did. Starting point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was like a 40-minute drive.
We started so far away.
Well, I think a lot of places were closed because this was, I can't remember when we filmed it. Was it
COVID?
It was October, I think.
I don't know.
October when things were just opening back up, I think. I can't remember.
Because then I realized ever since I've been back, I'm like, there's so many fucking hotels.
No, there was a festival happening, I think.
Oh,
in Imabari, I think that's why.
Yeah.
I nearly accidentally booked it on the day when 2 days of the year. Be careful if you go to the Shimanami Kaido. 2 days of the year, they have a Shimanami Kaido race.
Oh shit!
Where you don't go on the cycling bridge, you go on the road.
Oh right.
And every hotel was booked out. They don't deliver the bags. Damn. So if you needed your bags to be shipped to that you cannot so just be careful. Just double check, make sure you're not going on that day. Because that would suck if you booked it all to go on that day and you're like, I've entered the Tour de France by accident. Like I wanted to leisurely cycle.
Yeah.
And now I can't do anything. But it's a really cool area. And I think even because the cycling route's been open for 10 years. So I didn't realize we'd gone like year 6 of it being open, and I still feel like it was kind of getting the hang of
Tourists.
Yeah, tourists, and it kind of appealing to them.
Yeah, I mean,
and now I feel like it's gotten a lot cooler. There's a lot of cafes. There's a lot more shit to stop at. Like it's genuinely just a
how
fun
busy
experience.
is it?
It was kind of dead when I went. So the
really?
the time I went with my brother, it felt very busy.
Right.
It was about the same time last year, and I think maybe because it was raining on my day, it was not busy at all.
Yeah, yeah.
I think maybe some people who had planned to do it maybe cancelled, or it was just not as busy. It was quite nice. I mean, we started a lot earlier, and I felt like that also. If we just started an hour or two later, I felt like there is like the natural progression of people probably wake up at 9, probably start 9:30.
Yeah.
And then they probably hit lunch at 12:30. We had lunch at like 11:30. So I feel like we dodged a lot of like the big times when you would see people.
Yeah.
So definitely if you do it, I highly recommend just waking up a little earlier than you want to. Maybe start at like 8:30, and then just stop a bunch. Just take a ton of breaks. There's so many amazing cafes along the way. Don't rob yourself of them because the views are stunning.
Yeah, I mean, ever since the special, I've always wanted to go back.
Yeah,
and
let me know. I can't be a 4th time. I'm down.
Man's addicted. Man's like anything with cycling. I'm in. I
kind of have this idea, and I don't know if this is like the hubris in me. I want to do a stream where I do there and back in one day. In one go. I'd start crack fuck of dawn. Like,
I mean, you
6.
You could do it. You could definitely.
It's 140K. I've done 120K before, but I mean, 140K, I'd be dead.
You'd have to be cycling for like, how long would that take you?
I think I'd be done at like 6 or 7 if I started at 6.
Because if it's a live stream, we won't have as many breaks to like film like we did on our special. So you could probably do it.
I could do it, but I think I'd be dead. Let me know down below if you want me to do it. Because then I'll hold myself. I'm saying it so that I put it out there so I don't forget about it. And people remind me that I should do it.
Dude, knowing your audience, they're absolutely going to say yes. It's like, a live stream where we watch Connor die in summer? Sign me the fuck up.
Summer. I'm not doing it in summer. Fuck summer, dude. That would suck. February would be quite nice, I think.
February, March,
like
April.
late winter.
Yeah, late winter. I think that would be good. Good content.
It's just so beautiful, man.
And I know you just want to. I know you just want to cycle more.
I do want to cycle.
You just want to cycle more,
dude.
He's running out of places to cycle.
Yeah.